Buongiorno! Hi my friends, Mark here with Wolters World, and we're in Rome, Italy, in front of the Constantine's Arch, and right over there, boom, you have the Colosseum. And today what we have for you are 10 things you're gonna love about traveling. Because a lot of people ask me, Mark, why do you travel? What's the point? I can watch it on the Discovery Channel and things like that. No, traveling is amazing. And so what we're gonna do for you is give you 10 great reasons to travel and 10 things that are just, let's just face awesome about traveling. And the first thing that's really awesome about traveling is the cool places you get to see. This is Constantine's Arch. The Colosseum's right over there. I'm seeing ancient Rome. I get to go to the Tower of London and see the crown jewels. I get to go to the Inca, I get to hike the Inca Trail and see Machu Picchu. I get to go on the Great Wall of China, and you get to see these fabulous places all around the world, which really are amazing experiences. And that's why you're gonna love it. You see great things and you get to have great experiences when you do it. And that's one of the things that's the best part of traveling, seeing these fantastic things and experiencing the world. So what's the second thing you're gonna love about traveling? Let's head someplace else.
So we moved to Milan for the second thing you're gonna love about our 10 loves of traveling, and that is the people and friends you make when you do travel. Because I have friends in Milan and they've inspired me to come here, and I get to come and have, panzerotti with them, I get to go drink with them, I get to ride mopeds with them, all kinds of stuff. And that's what's really cool about traveling, is the people you do meet, and you can make really good friends. My buddy Fernando, we met in Brazil, we've traveled in Italy, we've traveled in the US together, all kinds of stuff. My buddy Alvi from Lithuania, we've been to Latvia and Estonia, we've been to Portugal, we've been to Spain. We've been all over the place together, and we met while we travel. So that's one of the things that's really cool about traveling, are the awesome people you meet and the friends you make. And I'm not even talking about the people you meet at the restaurants or the waiters or the owners of the hotels that you actually, when you stay long enough or go eat at a place 2 or 3 times, they really kind of take you in as family, and you really get to know some great people. So what's the third thing you're gonna love about traveling?
So the third thing you're gonna love about traveling are the shared memories and experiences you have with your family and friends. That's one of the things that I love about coming and traveling all over the world, whether it's here in Toronto, Canada, with the CN Tower behind me in St. Louis Market or whatever, is I get to share these experiences with my family, with my friends. I get to meet friends, and we get these shared experiences. And when I go travel and I bump into people, oh, you were in Pantanal in Brazil, we have something to talk about, and you get this kind of bond with other travelers and your friends you travel with, and these shared memories and experiences just make it fantastic. The fourth thing you're gonna love about traveling, and we're here in Paris, France at the Sacré-Cœur, and honestly France is the perfect place for this one, is the fourth love, is the fantastic food you're gonna have around the world. Yes, France has the best food in the world, from their baguettes and cheese to the duck to every kind of fantastic tart or food you can imagine. The food is fantastic here. But it's not just fancy cuisine like here in France. You can have local cuisine like zeppeline and spirkuche in Lithuania, or when you're traveling in Mexico or China, you get to have real Mexican food, real Chinese food. So when you go back home, you go, wait a minute, Taco Bell's not Mexican food, and Panda Express isn't really Chinese food. No, it's not. Because when you travel, you get to see what real food is, real foreign food, and get to fall in love with it. And obviously, I have. So we're in Stockholm, Sweden now, and the fifth thing you're gonna love about traveling is the fact that now your walls, the things you hang on your walls, those mementos, they have stories now. It's not just a picture, it's a painting you got in Venice, it's a mask you got in Bolivia, it's a drawing from an artist you met on the streets of China, and the stories that come from all of your adventures that can fill your home, whether it is a painting or a drawing or a picture or something like that, and your life becomes richer back home from all the stories you have, and your home becomes much more filled with culture and just beauty and internationalists out there. And it is really cool. We've got our Swedish horse in our house, and we've got our Brazilian masks and all kinds of stuff, the Venetian mask from Carnival. All these kind of things can tell a story. So the sixth thing you're gonna love about traveling are the cultural experiences that you do have when you do go abroad. it is amazing when you do travel abroad because you get to see so much of the world. You know, you get to run with the bulls in Spain, and you get to drink a beer stein in Munich. I mean, my son, when he was 4, learned how to cheers with an old, like 80-year-old German man. How can you pass up experiences like that? I remember the first time I went to Oktoberfest, I went with a friend of mine. We sat across from this 80-year-old couple, drank beer with them. They told us their whole stories. I've traveled throughout France meeting World War II, survivors, and they come and tell me, and I've had an old French woman come up to me and say, "Thank you." And then she opens my travel guide. It was A Lonely Planet. She points to the D-Day beaches and she says, "Thank you." I was like, whoa. And the thing is, you get these great cultural experiences when you do travel that does open your eyes to different parts of the world. So make sure you take advantage of that. That's why it's the 6 things that I love about traveling. All the great cultural experiences, whether it's drinking beer at a festival or partying all night long in Ibiza. It is really great, and it can be historic, like walking up and seeing the Parthenon in Greece and the Acropolis, or going to the Colosseum, or it can be more of a fun thing, like partying all night long in Ibiza, or back in the day when they used to have the Love Parade in Berlin, going there. There are some amazing experiences you do have, and cultural experiences you do have when you do travel. So that's the 6th thing you're gonna love about traveling. The 7th thing you're gonna love about traveling are the hidden gems you find. You get to find your own Europe, your own bit of China. And we're here in Bamberg, Germany. This is my favorite town in Germany, and very few international tourists come here. And this is my hidden gem. I get to have my Rauch beer or smoked beer here. It tastes like drinking bacon. I get to have my white sausages here, see the most pretty town hall in Europe. It is fantastic, and it's kind of like my hidden gem. And you get to find your own locations, your own Florida, your own Canada when you travel, and you get to find things that you get to bring home that are special to you. And that's what's so fantastic about traveling, is finding these special places like the Bambergs out here. So the 8th thing you're gonna love about traveling is history comes alive. Whether it's real history, like you get to see the battlefields and the castles you've read about in your history books, or it's in movie history. We're here in Salzburg. Yes, the hills are alive with the sound of music. Yes, music was never my forte, but this is where the sound of music and all that's coming from. And that's what's cool about traveling, is you start to see these places. You're like, wait, I've seen that in a movie. Wait, I read about this in my history book. And it really makes it all come alive. I know with my kids, my 4-year-old, whenever he sees the Eiffel Tower on TV, he's like, "Eiffel Tower, I've been there." And he gets so excited. And Caleb, I still remember when he was so little, he's so big now, he's like 8. And we went to Rome, and he saw, he saw the Colosseum there. And then he came home, and we were in Portugal. We got him a new, Bugs Bunny DVD, and they were at the Colosseum. And he's like, "Hey, I've been there." And it really made it all come alive. And that's what's cool about traveling. It makes history and the world culture all come alive to you, which is so cool. And you get to see where your favorite movies are from, or you get to see some of your favorite history stories come alive. And it is just really cool about traveling. So the 9th thing you're gonna love about traveling are finding hidden spots like this. No, the icebergs in Iceland aren't that hidden, but when you travel around and you take a turn and you come onto something like this with the glaciers and the icebergs, and you just fall in love with it, or you're in some town and you turn a corner and there's a beautiful house or a beautiful church, or you find a hidden restaurant with different food you never had before. That hidden surprise that you find when you're traveling, that's what really makes traveling great, and that's why I never want to stop traveling, okay? So you keep traveling. That's why it's the 9th thing you're gonna love, are the surprises you have. Like, bumping into some icebergs while you're driving around Iceland. So we're in Oslo now, and the 10th thing you're gonna love about traveling is you learn about other cultures. Your eyes open up. You start to understand better. Why are Norwegians the way they are? Why are Germans the way they are? Why are Chinese the way they are? Because once you travel, you start to see these cultures and understand the people better. It's not just the food, it's not just the language, but it's so much more that make up these cultures. Now I understand why are Norwegians so, into nature and these kind of things. Well, I've been here, and this is just the harbor here in Oslo, and it is just gorgeous. And you really start to understand the culture and the world better when you travel, and your eyes really do open up, and you do have a more, I guess, filled out perspective of the world. And that's one of the things I love about traveling, just that the culture and the history that you learn really helps out. And you go places like here in Norway where they're very much proud of their history, and they have great museums. There's a Viking ship museum here in Oslo, and there's a Norwegian folk museum here in Oslo, and there's all kinds of festivals and historical things here that you really get to enjoy, and you see, wow, you care about your national pride. I understand that, and I start to see your culture better. And that's why it's one of the things that I love about traveling is opening my eyes to these new cultures. So those are our 10 loves of traveling, and some of them are amazing and some of them are silly, but traveling is awesome and I highly recommend it. Whether you're 102 or 2 or 22 or 42 or whatever, get out and travel. Whether it's in your neighborhood, in your town, in your state, or to other countries, it's great to go abroad. It's great to travel at home, but get out and see the world. It is so fantastic. So what are your 10 favorite things about traveling? Put it in the comment section below, because we always like to see what other people like about traveling. What do you not like about traveling? Well, we have 10 things you're gonna hate about traveling here on our website at woltersworld.com. Oh, by the way, we're here in Ottawa in front of the Parliament, Parliament Hill. This is the capital of Canada. If you wanna learn more about Ottawa or any of the places we talked about in our videos or where we filmed that, check them out at our website at woltersworld.com or on our YouTube channel. We're also on Twitter and Facebook, and we appreciate all your likes and subscriptions. And bye from Ottawa, Canada, enjoying traveling. Bye.